big guns for the big guns. Some guys do rubber ducks, some guys do tattoos. So what I'd like to show you is my new edition.
It's hard to believe we're closing in on 10 years since Grand Theft Auto 4 was released. The game was a massive success for the series and scored highly almost everywhere. But GTA 4 was much more than just another GTA game. It was a turning point for the series, a time when the series decided to grow up and tell a more realistic and mature story rather than the Hollywood-inspired rags to riches stories we've been told before. This time we're introduced to Niko Bellic, a fresh off the boat immigrant living with his gambling addicted cousin Roman, getting into all kinds of trouble. It isn't revealed until later on in the story that Niko has come to liberty for much more than just his cousin. Sure, we've had the revenge stories told before in older titles, but this time it was more believable and closer to reality. There's just so many little things that don't seem like much on their own. When you put them all together, they really make Liberty City feel alive. And that's something I can't say for GTA 5's Los Santos. The way pedestrians react to the environment, the way Niko reacts to explosions, car crashes, or even the weather. Being able to jump from ledge to ledge or picking shit up off the sidewalk and throwing it at passing cars into the street. When you look at all of this stuff compared to the new edition of the series GTA 5, at times it feels like a watered down version of GTA 4. It's like they took all the amazing advancements and aspects of the Rage engine and threw it all out the window so they could focus on pretty graphics, attempting to draw in a broader casual player base at the expense of veteran players that loved their games for years for their attention to detail. GTA 5's story is very forgettable. It's a great game and all, but I never got the itch to go back and play through the story again. Maybe it was because of the lack of interesting characters or just the writing itself. GTA 5's story is focused around 5 main heists and Michael desperately trying to get out of the game, after being forced back into it and being a gimp for the government. Turns out, Michael actually loves being back in the game despite him saying otherwise. Every character in the story just felt like they were there to advance the plot and nothing else. There's no character development with any of the characters. There's a lack of context in these people's lives, which means that the player ends up not giving a shit about any of them. I'm gonna rip a bit from Blues' GTA 4 video because I think it really drives my point home. If you want to check out his video, which I highly recommend you do, it'll be linked in the description below as well.
Nothing personal, but don't fuck with my family, or I will fuck with yours.
3-Leaf Clover is GTA 4's only heist, and it starts off with a cutscene that drives home the relationship between Niko and Packy's family. It's a great mission because there's consequences involved. In GTA 5, you know that Franklin isn't going to die on this heist because there's 3 more heists to go in the story, so you don't really care and there's no suspense. 3-Leaf Clover has a great conversation between the McCreary brothers on the way to the bank. Packy just snorted a line and is confident about the robbery while Derek and Michael are terrified.
Alright, can't wait to see what sort of kick C4 residue is gonna give me when I snort up a line of chop through one of them notes.
First, you're a fucking charmer, Patrick. Second, it's PE4, not C4.
Whatever, at least I'm honest about my habits, Derek.
You know nothing about nothing, Patrick. I'm honest about me demons.
Hit the needle on the old head there, did I, Derek? Expression is, hit the nail on the head, Packy. Really, Michael? You don't think I know that?
They start arguing and scramble for a half-baked plan where they're only just a few minutes away from the bank. It's sloppy, and unlike GTA 5's heist, it's more like how a heist would actually go down in real life. Stakes are high and you just know something bad is about to happen. Packy just wants the bank's cash while Derek is worried about the safety of the hostages. Niko and Michael are quietly standing by, distracted by the two arguing inside the bank.
We're your friends. Me and me brother here.
Why are you telling them we're brothers, you idiot? That's gonna make it hard for them to find us, isn't it?
I'm trying to be honest with these people. We put them through a lot today.
Fuck these people, fuck your cause. That shit's over. Ireland's not the only thing that's green. Dollars are too.
Now you said bloody Ireland. That's gonna narrow the search, ain't it?
Fuck you! Take the needle out your arm, then tell me what to do.
I'll let you tell me what to do when you stop shoving half of Bolivia up your nose every Saturday night.
Motherfucker! Fuck! We told you not to fuck with us! Shit! Michael! Saint fucking Michael!
After shooting through waves of cops and making your escape just after climbing up out of the subway, Packy and Derek are devastated about Michael getting shot and killed in the bank. The game focuses on the consequences more than the cinematic side. This heist is the real turning point for Niko. He finally gets a taste of what the high life is like, and later on in the game it sets up the endings. I won't spoil them for you guys, but you have the option of either getting revenge on someone, or working with that same person for money. Revenge or greed. No matter what route you choose, Niko loses a loved one. There is no happy endings in GTA 4. It's an unsettling ending, but it gets a message across. Put your loved ones before anything else. It's not like GTA 5's ending where it blatantly throws out consequences in your face and spoils the surprise. And the DLC for GTA 4 was simply amazing, best money I've ever spent on a DLC. I wasn't a big fan of The Lost and Damned. Johnny's a cool character and it's a shame what happened to him in GTA 5, but I'd be lying if I said I had fun playing The Lost and Damned. The Battle of Gay Tony, on the other hand, shows you a completely different side to Liberty City. Maybe you wasn't a fan of the slower pacing in GTA 4 or the drama. Gay Tony had all the same lovable qualities of GTA 4 with the added bonus of getting to see how the story unfolded on the other side, like the diamond story or the bank robbery. And it had non-stop action. Seriously, there isn't a single forgettable mission in this DLC. First, you're blowing up a yacht with a stolen helicopter. Then you're climbing the Empire State Building while getting shot at by military helicopters. Then you end up stealing a subway train. You blow up giant cranes, and eventually you end up chasing a private jet and a motorcycle to assassinate your target. Every mission is always outdoing the one before. Non-stop action, never a dull moment. And when you're finally finished with the story or just ready to take a break, there's plenty of distracting side activities like club work or skydiving. The Battle to Get Tony is a faster paced version of GTA 4 without all of the drama. And with the addition of new vehicles, weapons, and even a parachute, you'll be sure to get at least another 12 hours out of GTA 4. Which leads me to the multiplayer. Sure, GTA 4's multiplayer was simple and in many ways dumbed down compared to GTA Online, but it worked. I gave you around 10 other game modes along with free mode and the option to customize many options for the lobby. Sure, there wasn't any personal vehicles or vehicle customization, it was simple but it worked, and I gotta say, I had way more fun in GTA 4's multiplayer than I ever did in GTA Online. GTA 4 didn't try to close the skill gap with cheap tricks like lock-on homing missiles or literally paying to win with orbital cannons. Instead, it awarded players a good accuracy and good game sense. GTA 4's multiplayer was a place where you can get into a car and not worry about getting blown up by a sticky bomb or instantly getting killed by a lock-on homing missile. Car chases and gunfights ended with the most skilled player winning, and with so many open interiors, you always had a great place for a gunfight with the cops or even other players. Or maybe you don't want the cops poking in on all of your gunfights. You can just turn off cops in the options. And the ability to race in ice cream trucks and police vehicles showed me that Rockstar only cared about one thing when developing GTA 4's multiplayer: fun. There was never any changes made to benefit Rockstar's bank account and get you to spend money on microtransactions. The only thing they cared about was making a simple yet fun experience, and they knocked it out of the park. Sure, GTA Online is great with all of its advancements it's made over the years, but it seems like the only thing Rockstar is interested in is raking in the shark card sales. Of course, not everyone at Rockstar has evil motives at play, but it's hard to deny that they aren't trying to make shark cards more enticing with all the changes they've made over the years. Of course, the player base doesn't throw a fit like another game's player base would because it's marketed as free. So the 10-year anniversary right around the corner, I'm really hoping that we get a remaster for the current consoles as well as a decent PC port. Say what you want, Rockstar, but porting a title to mobile does not make it a remaster. I really hope that new players to the GTA franchise can dust off their old consoles and experience GTA 4 for the first time like I did back in 2008. I wish I could just forget everything I knew about this game and experience it as new again. But even knowing everything I know now, I still lose track of time while playing it. And you see, that's what makes a game good in my book. Immersion. When a game blurs the line between reality and you can just turn off your brain and experience it. Not thinking about how unrealistic something might be, just thinking about how badly a situation might go down in the game, and before you know it, 4 hours have passed. Immersion is what makes GTA 4 so good in Liberty City, with all of its in-game websites, advertisements, radio DJs, talk shows, and pedestrians really make it feel alive. That combined with the well-written and acted characters and superb facial animations really immerse the player into the story. And not many open-world games manage to do that. So I'd just like to thank Rockstar for such an amazing experience. GTA 4 was not a perfect game, but it still gets a 10 from me.